In the heart of 19th century England, the lives of the Dashwood sisters were a study in contrasts, a delicate dance between reason and passion. Elinor, the elder, was the embodiment of sense. With a composed demeanor and a keen understanding of social propriety, she navigated the world with a quiet grace, her emotions a well-guarded secret. Marianne, her younger sister, was all sensibility, a whirlwind of artistic fervor and untamed emotion. She lived her life like a romantic poem, her heart open for all to see, her joys and sorrows painted in the most vibrant of colors. Their idyllic life at the grand Norland Park estate shattered with the death of their father. By the cruel dictates of inheritance law, the estate passed to their half-brother, John, and his avaricious wife, Fanny. With their fortunes drastically reduced, Mrs. Dashwood and her three daughters, Elinor, Marianne, and the youngest, Margaret, were forced to leave their ancestral home. They found a modest refuge in Barton Cottage, a humble dwelling offered by a kind relative. The move was a stark descent in social status, a bitter pill for a family accustomed to comfort and prestige. It was in this new, constrained world that love, in its various forms, entered their lives. Elinor found a quiet kindred spirit in Edward Ferrars, Fanny's brother. Their connection was subtle, built on shared values and unspoken understanding. But their budding affection was fraught with unspoken obstacles, a shadow of a prior commitment that kept Edward bound and Elinor waiting in silent hope. Meanwhile, Marianne was swept into a passionate romance with the dashing and charismatic John Willoughby. Theirs was a love story straight from the pages of her favorite books, a whirlwind of shared poetry, long walks in the rain, and breathless declarations. Marianne gave him her whole heart, convinced she had found her soulmate. The entire world seemed to sing with their love, until, with a shocking abruptness, Willoughby vanished from her life, leaving for London without a word of explanation. The news that followed was a crushing blow. He was to marry a wealthy heiress. Marianne's world, once so full of light and music, collapsed into a desolate, silent ruin. Throughout this turmoil, Colonel Brandon, a reserved and honorable friend of the family, watched over Marianne with a quiet, steadfast devotion. He was older, more somber, and his love was not the fiery passion that Marianne craved, but a deep, enduring flame that she, in her grief, failed to see. The climax of her sorrow came when Marianne, consumed by her heartbreak, fell gravely ill with a fever. As she lay near death, it was Elinor who became her anchor. Putting aside her own silent suffering over Edward's complicated situation, Elinor nursed her sister with unwavering strength. Her composure, her sense, was the force that pulled Marianne back from the brink. During this time, the truth of Edward's long-standing, secret engagement to another woman came to light, and through a turn of events, he was honorably freed from it. As Marianne recovered, her perspective began to shift. A repentant Willoughby appeared, confessing to Elinor that he had always loved Marianne but had chosen wealth over his heart. This confession, rather than rekindling her old feelings, helped Marianne see the folly of her unchecked passion. She began to recognize the quiet, constant, and profound love offered by Colonel Brandon. In the end, both sisters found their own paths to happiness. Elinor, whose patience and sense had weathered every storm, married her beloved Edward Ferrars. And Marianne, matured by her suffering, found a deep and lasting love with Colonel Brandon. A love built not on fleeting passion, but on a foundation of respect, gratitude, and true companionship. They learned that while sense provides the foundation and sensibility gives life its color, true happiness lies in the beautiful, intricate balance of both.